frig's sakes, I come all the way home just to find out, it's currently like midnight, a little bit after, to find out two things. Number one, pipe's still frozen, fuck it. Number two, forgot my cell phone at work. So, let's drive all the way back to get my cell phone, that I don't know how the hell I forgot it. But I did. Son of a bitch. Oh, this car. Speaking of this car, you wouldn't believe what I came across. And it was the bill of sale for this fucking car. Back in 2009 when I bought it, and I wish I would have paid more attention to it then. You guys remember how I said the problem with this car is when I bought it, they tacked all the insurance right onto the they tacked all the interest right onto the principal, like right a friggin' way. They just tagged it on there and said, there you go. So when I bought this car, it was $10,000, $10,999, so $11,000 for this bucket. After they tacked on freight, which doesn't make sense because they didn't have to ship it anywhere, it was sitting in their lot. They tacked on, because I got it, I had it financed, they tacked it on, I tacked a lien onto it, and a bunch of other stuff. Like, a lien to me, they shouldn't charge for that, because theoretically right now, let's say you owed your dad $1,500. Or you wanted to borrow $1,500 from your parents or a brother or a sibling or a fucking neighbor or whatever. You could say, well, I have a Pontiac G6 worth more than $1,500, so what I'll do is we'll put that up as a lien. You go into the bank, your neighbor applies for the loan for you, you bring the ownership in for the car, and you put that up as a lien. It doesn't cost money. They just do it. Some people actually do it when they declare bankruptcy, right? Because when you declare bankruptcy, anything with a lien doesn't qualify as an item that you can theoretically, the bank can't take it when you declare bankruptcy because there's a lien on it. Theoretically, the ownership is in your name and the person who owns the lien's name. And a lot of people will do that is they'll start leaning out like their cars and their boats, and that way then they declare bankruptcy and the bank can't take those items because the other individuals have their rights to it, and if they take it away, then there's a problem. And only problem is those loans can't be put on the bankruptcy either. So you still have to pay those back, or the individual has the right to call in the lien and take the vehicle or whatever the hell's liened in away from you if you breach payment protocol contract nonsense bullshit, you know? So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so for the lien on this car, they charged me $1,000 to register it. Now I know that's hogwash. I already looked it up, and like I said before, to put a lien on a product, it doesn't cost a bunch of fucking money. It's not too bad, actually. So there's no reason for what they did. And on top of that, they charged, oh, there was a whole bunch of it. I gotta find the bill and I'll show you. It's fucking brutal. It's brutal what these Shylock operations do. But now apparently there's a new law in Canada about buying cars that car dealerships have to show the final price, including all the nonsense hit. So they can't just say, oh, this car is $10,995 plus taxes and applied fucking nonsense. They can't do that. But there's still a bunch that are. That's the problem. Like where I bought this car from, mycar.ca. You know, they have a Dodge Crappy van on there for $11,995. It's the perfect one I want. It's the silver one. It's got standard tape deck, fuck's sakes, welcome back to the 80s, Adam, Jesus. It's got a standard CD player, MP3 player built into it. You know, it's got a headphone jack so you can plug your phone or an MP3 player into it and listen to music. It's loaded with all the features. You know what, I'm gonna go straight, fuck it. Or not, I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna turn to make it quicker. Turn to make it quicker. But it's like, so it's $11,995, but then they list right on the site, plus other fees, and it's like, no, how about not plus other fees? Just show the total price so that if I know that you're selling me a used fucking 2011 Caravan for the cost of a brand spanking new one off the showroom floor, then you can go ahead and go fist yourself in the back corner, because I'm not buying that one. I'm gonna buy the brand new one off the showroom floor. You know? It's like, That's the problem with these operations. And they get on the radio, right? And that's what got me sucked in, was they got on the radio and they're like, oh, we got all these brand new cars in off lease, blah, blah, blah. You know, come and lease a Pontiac G6 for $8,040, or come buy a Pontiac G6 for $8,045. And I'm like, that's an odd number, but that's pretty cheap for a G6. And this was back in 2009. And I was actually looking at a 2006 G6. But it wasn't the GT, it was the 2.4 liter with the 6-speed automatic, and fuck do I ever wish I would have went with that one there instead of this pile of shit here. So on the site they show you like, okay, well, the car's worth $10,995, payments are $63 bi-weekly, and you're like, holy fuck, that's decent. And then you go in and you start talking to them about all the different nonsense and bullshit. And then they fill out the bill, and all of a sudden that $10,000 car becomes a $20,000 car, and I shit you not, it became a $20,000 car. That's what this car became. 20 grand. Because they tacked all of the interest, the 12.9% that I didn't realize I got, because he told me it was 7.9, it was 12.9. They tag all the interest right onto the principal. So if you pay it off in 5 years, which was the term of the loan, or you pay it off in 5 months or in 5 weeks, you still pay $20,000. You pay the interest. They get their interest no matter what, which really, really friggin' sucks. That's not proper. Like when you go to the bank and you get a loan, they compound it either weekly, monthly, daily. On some shitty operations, they'll do daily compounded. Like credit cards are bad for that. They'll do daily after the 30 days of a purchase. So like if you buy something with your Visa or your MasterCard, you have 30 days to pay off the balance. And if you do, then you don't pay interest. If you don't, you start paying interest daily. So it's like, if your interest rate's like 19% annual, you take that 19% annual divided by 365, and that's how much interest you're paying daily. So they're always making money off credit card people. Like credit card companies, always rolling in, because honestly, people start off at first really good with a credit card. You know, they use it to buy stupid things like gasoline, or maybe like a bag of chips, or a pack of smokes, or stuff like that, and they pay it off at the end of the month. It's like, oh, it's only $100 bill, I can pay that off, I can pay that off. But then all of a sudden, something comes out in the world that's friggin' amazing, like some piece of tech, or some bullshit thing that happens, like your furnace explodes, or your fucking whatever, something breaks in the house, and you all of a sudden you're like, holy crap, this is going to cost $4,600 to take care of. You bust out the old plastic Fantastic and start whipping it around, and next thing you know, she's maxed out, and next thing you know, you're putting $100 a month on it as minimum payment, and the balance is never going down. They love people like that. They love people who keep that credit card maxed out, because let's say your payment's like $100, we'll say $5,000, $100. Maybe $10 of that actually sees the principal. The other $90 goes right into some arsehole's wallet. Every fucking time, you know? They love people who don't pay their credit cards. Well, that's normally how loans work. Like when I bought my Ford Focus, I took out a loan at the bank for $7 grand to buy it, and it was daily. You paid interest daily, you know, and it was easy peasy. Like at the time, I was paying fuck all for that car. Like I think every week or bi-weekly, I was paying like $63 or something like that, and that was for a 5-year term. But I was actually putting $163 on it because it was an open term, and I wanted that loan gone. And I ended up paying that one off in about, oh god, I think I paid that one off in 2 years, the Focus. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I paid that one off in 2 years. Feels weird coming here after hours. Now tomorrow I'm gonna have to, probably gonna get an email from my boss saying, why were you in the office at 12:30? What's going on? I'll be like, I forgot my phone, and he'll be like, well, just for future reference, don't come back to the office after midnight. You know, like trying to be all hard ass, but it's like, bro, I forgot my fucking phone. Do you want me to come into work tomorrow? Last time this happened and I did that, I got an email like that, and I'm like, dude, I use my phone to wake up so I can come into work. And he's like, you shouldn't be waking up at 2, you should be waking up at 9 in the morning like the rest of the population. And I was like, yeah, then I should be working at 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. like everybody else in the population, but this fucking company's so dicked that you have a night shift and I gotta work it. But anyway, enough ranting, I gotta get a phone. Oh, I can't believe I came all the way to work just to pick up my phone. Oh yeah, listen to those struts. Oh, they sound so good. They sound like better than fucking new. Love my struts. And now my phone won't turn off. I rebooted it because it was running like a fucking turtle on a crutch. Still running like a turtle on a crutch. Maybe Samsung has electronic countermeasures into their phones too, so that when you freaking come time to get a new phone or end of contract, it knows and it pops your phone, so you're like, oh, my phone just died. I only paid $600 for this 2 years ago. You'd think it would last longer, but then you just don't care and you buy a new phone anyway. Why? Because they charge you fuck all. Tell me I didn't leave my fucking e-dirt there now. Oh my goodness, people, I fucking quit for tonight. I am so scatterbrained. This is ridiculous. Left my fucking dirt at work after picking up my cell phone. Fuck it, I'm not going back for it. It's just a dart. But I need my cell phone, it's my alarm clock. Even though I got a perfectly good alarm clock sitting right there on my table, but the company doesn't need to know that. That when its alarm goes off, I'm like, I get punchy. It's one of those kind that's like really fucking in your face. And I swear to God, they put like a 20-watt piezo in the damn piece of shit friggin' alarm clock. So like when it gives her, it really gives her. You know? It's like really loud, really bad. Not the good kind, not the bad kind. I know, people, this is not what I wanted to do for a friggin' video. Hey, let's go get a cell phone at work, for fuck's sake. But, yeah. Things are looking up for when things end here. What will I be doing? I don't know. I just know I won't have to deal with friggin' people who belittle me because other people in the company can't do their job. And what I'm referring to is the fucking nonsense up north with the internet and why it hasn't been fixed yet. This is fucking stupid. This is the same thing with cable last year. You guys remember that when I was bitching about my cable completely sucking? During prime time, it was like you're lucky if you saw a meg down. It was like you're on some friggin' wireless canopy. All because they are taking their sweet ass time to upgrade the bandwidth to the cable, basically to the cable tunnel. So, fucking ridiculous. All they have to do is turn off the bandwidth, problem solved. Took them fucking 8 months to pull it off. All I gotta say is I'll be calling Bell Fiber Op tomorrow, or Fiber Op, or whatever the fuck they're calling themselves these days. And seeing about that 50-30 package. That's more than enough bandwidth for me. Fuck, 30 up? Hells yeah. And I can bang out some serious YouTube videos. I just hope I don't have to sign a 1-year contract. Because if I do, then I'm using my Bell employee ID and I'm getting a discount. And then when I lose my job, I just won't tell them I lost my job and enjoy my discount. Fuck them. Alright, Gimsey, let's go. Fucking Sura. Yeah, they got one of those for sale over at Hoppers. It's a 2011 fully loaded Sierra with the 5.3. When I say fully loaded, I mean they got like the navigation system and all the different bells and whistles and this thing and a bunch of that things and 4x4 and the 5.3 V8 engine, and you know, it's got all this junk onto it, and they want like $36,000. I'm like, holy fuck, isn't that the price of a truck brand new? But then I looked at trucks brand new and went, nope, they're more expensive. Oh my goodness, trucks can get pretty hefty. Pretty hefty. I just don't know why they gotta tag on all this extra shit. I guess it's money for the dealership, eh? Like, you think selling the car will give you enough money, because you probably didn't pay what I'm paying for it, like the dealership that is. But they still gotta freaking get you, right? They gotta make you pay for all the test drives that truck has taken or that car has taken. All the gas they put into it. Somebody's gotta recoup that. It's gotta be the consumer, probably. I don't know, all I know is it's friggin' horse shit, and they shouldn't be allowed to just start tagging on hidden prices. They should show everything right out in the open, right on the advert, and not be dicking us around. Like I almost want to go, because they got that really nice Caravan over at my car where I bought this thing here. It's got 78,000 kilometers on it. It's a 2012. It's got the 3.6 liter V6, which is pretty damn good on performance and fuel compared to the 3.3 liter. Probably the same as this thing here in fuel consumption, but at least it'll be a larger vehicle that can haul more shit. You know, minivans are nice for that. And I was thinking, like, if I decided to say fuck it and get a car, well, I'd still try and find something that I could at least haul a mini bike in. You know? Something that a mini bike would somehow fit in there with zero fucks given, that I could bring it places. But anyway, I'm almost home, so we'll talk to you guys in a bit. Peace the frig out. Anyway, people, there you go. Another one of these dickard vlogs of mine. Drain's still fucked and... whatever. Not a big deal. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give the like button a clickety-clack. Any questions, comments, concerns, stuff them down below. And until next time, people, keep on vlogging.